on this lovely, cold Thursday evening. I hope everyone's doing well. Getting ready for Thanksgiving. It's a big time, happy time of the year, turkey time. The big food's coming next week. So everyone, I hope you're really excited. Thank you so much for watching Angelo Christian live every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. We do the Talk with Angelo show. So I'm really excited, looking and happy to talk with all you guys tonight. Got a lot of very interesting topics to discuss this evening, and I want to go over that with you. So I hope everyone's doing well. Remember, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central, we do a Talk with Angelo live, where you can ask me questions. We talk about finance, we talk about real estate, we talk about investments, we talk about lending, credit, everything. So, so this is a great time of the year. Christmas is right down the corner. Next week is Thanksgiving. So I'm really excited, looking forward to spending time with my family, looking forward to that turkey. We're here down in Texas, so we do fried turkey down here. Wonder what all you guys do in your part of the world. The fried turkey is a big thing here in Texas. So I know in some parts of the country they bake the turkey. We also smoke turkeys too. So that's what we do in my family. Love to know what you guys do. Some people do prime rib, some people do brisket, some people do ham, duck. In Louisiana, New Orleans, they do turducken. So there's a lot of fun things with Thanksgiving here. So that's really exciting. So we're really happy to have everyone on the show tonight. Remember, we do our Talk with Angelo every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. You can ask me any questions that you want with real estate, lending, credit, investments. And so I got a few topics that we're going to be talking about tonight. And remember, we do our giveaway at the end of the show, a free Amazon gift card for any of our lucky winners. And all we ask for is that you stay engaged. You give us a good review on Google. We hook you up to give you an Amazon gift card. That's what we do with our company. We work really, really hard to educate people, empower them, give them the funding. We're a direct nationwide commercial and residential lender. We've been doing this for over 20 years, and we've helped hundreds of thousands of people. So we're very excited and honored and privileged to be able to help all you guys out there. So if you have any questions about any loans, loan scenarios, about credit, real estate, investments. Hey, Shamika, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching the show on the channel with Angelo Christian. Feel free to ask me. That's why we're here. We're here to help you guys, to get you the knowledge, the information, the resources, so you can improve your life and take it to the next level. So, again, I'm going to be talking about a few different topics throughout the night. And then if there's anything that you want to discuss or go over, please feel free to message me down below. I'll answer any of your questions. Hey, Queen Bee, good evening. I hope you're doing good. So yeah, I'm going to be talking about a few things this evening. And like I said, if there's stuff that you want to go over, don't hesitate to ask me those questions. We're happy to answer those for you. And remember that we do our Talk with Angelo every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. And then we have 4 shows that we do Monday through Saturday on YouTube. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, those come out in the morning. And it's all about real estate, mortgage content, about all different type of loan programs. Tonight we're going to be talking about closing a loan in your LLC. What does that process look like? The all-in-one first lien HELOC is another thing we're going to be talking about tonight. First-time buyer, conventional zero down loans, and then construction loans. So those are the 4 things that we're going to be going over this evening. So, and if you guys want to discuss anything, go over everything, feel free to, let me know. I'm happy to answer those questions for you. And so that's going to be the agenda for tonight. And then obviously, at the end of the show, we'll do our raffle for our free Amazon gift card winner. Remember, we're giving away free Amazon gift cards for the lucky winners. Whoever gives us a Google review will also get a gift card too. So don't forget, if you text us at 832-431-6331, you can call or text us at our number, 832-431-6331. We'll be sure to hook you up. You give us a good Google review, we'll hook you up with an Amazon gift card. And if you have any questions, you need any help with any lending, you can always call or text us 7 days a week at 832-431-6331. We'll be here to help and serve you We're a nationwide commercial and residential lender. We do all different types of funding, multifamily, investment, jumbo loans, hard money loans, no doc loans, non-QM loans, construction loans. So that's what we specialize in. So helping clients, helping investors, helping people to get the funding, get the capital, to take their business, their life to the next level. So appreciate everyone. I'm still waiting for my 2-year wait for Chapter 7 discharge. Will be August. Okay. So for right now, what I would say, hey, Angelo, good evening. Hope you're doing well. So what I would say right now, if your Chapter 7 is going to be discharged in 2 years, what I would say what you want to do is start planning to work on your credit and your finances to be ready. You want to try and get that credit score over 700 right now. So start working on getting your credit score to 700 right now and start saving money to be able to purchase your home. Let's say you want to buy a $300,000 home and you might need $10,000 for the down payment and then another $8,000 for closing costs. Start putting all your energy and effort towards saving money and building your credit score. You know, if you're trying to build your credit score after a bankruptcy, you're going to need to add at least three different lines of credit, either revolving or installment loans on your credit to help to boost up your credit. You want at least the minimum of 3 to add onto your credit file. Okay, do that and save money, right? Make sure that you do these 2 things, and then when August rolls around, you'll be ready to go. That's why you watch this show and this video, is so that way you can educate yourself and be ready to go when it's time for you to buy your house, so that way you're successful. What you don't want to do is wait until August and your credit's not right, your money's not right, and now you can't buy the house. Okay, what they're going to be looking for after a bankruptcy is A1 credit and money for closing. Okay, and so that's very, very important. So I hope that helps and puts you in the right direction and helps you to kind of give you a perspective about what to focus on. So yeah, so anyway, the first thing that I want to talk about tonight, and again, if you guys have questions, don't be shy, don't be bashful. You can, ask me questions just like Shamika did. That was a great question, and I'm happy to give guidance. We're here to help you, to educate you, to give you a path, to give you a structure, so that way you'll be successful along the way. So closing loans in your LLC is the first thing that I want to go over with you. So you're welcome. I appreciate you, Angelo. So talking about closing loans in your LLC and how that actually works. And so a lot of investors, a lot of people, they want to try and buy a property and put it in their LLC. Okay. And the reason for doing that is reducing the liability on you when you're purchasing a property. So did you know that you can actually close on a property and put it in your LLC? So you don't actually have to sign on the loan in your name. You can put in your company's name. Okay. So if you have an investment company or you create a new LLC, and it could be a new LLC, it doesn't have to be an LLC that's been in business for 2 years, and you don't have to show company tax returns for the LLC. Okay. So, but by having the property and the LLC, you're reducing your exposure and your liability on purchasing the property. Now, if it's a new LLC, or even if it's not, you're still going to have to be a personal guarantor on the loan. So what does that mean? That means that, let's say that you buy a property, you want to become an investor, and you create an investment LLC, investors LLC, and you go and buy a multifamily property. The property will be in the LLC, the title will be in the LLC, but you're the manager of the LLC. So you're still going to sign on the property for the LLC. The loan is still going to report in your name, okay? Even though the property is an LLC. And this is if you've ever bought a car in your company's name, the car still reports to your company, okay? Hey, Ishmael, good evening. Hope you're doing good, buddy. I hope we took care of you this past week with Bobby and the Realtor. So the property is still going to, the mortgage is still going to report onto your credit. Even though it's in your LLC, you're still personally responsible for the mortgage. That means if it goes into default, you're a personal guarantor on the loan. So great, Ishmael. I'm glad we took care of you, buddy. Thank you. But the way it works is that if, for whatever reason that, you run into an issue with your tenants, they try to sue you. Someone gets injured on the property. The house burns down. They try to come after you. You have that shield or that protection to protect you in the event that something happens, that you're not personally liable in that instance for them to come and sue you personally. Okay? So that's the benefit of why you want to put something in LLC, to protect you in the event that something happens. Okay? So, and it makes a lot of sense if you're doing investment activities, buying multifamily, buying single-family rental properties, doing those type of assets where you have to put them into an LLC to protect you, so nothing can come and come back to haunt you personally. I've seen many investors that have real estate portfolios that their tenants try to sue them, or other activities are happening on the property, and that they could get sued personally. So the LLC is there as a barrier to protect you, so that way nothing can happen to you. Okay, with that respect. Now, something can still happen to you with the mortgage, because you're responsible for the mortgage, right? So it's not a full shield, all right? So you're still going to be personally liable if something like that happens, right? In regards to your obligation to the lender. Hey, Casey, the conflict of interest is the realtor helping my grandma sell us her home. He comps also pushing me to our lender. Casey, it depends. If it's not really a conflict of interest, if they're doing a good deed for you, but if the other lender, if they want to represent you the thing is that if you're buying the house from your family, do you need a realtor? That's the first question I have for you. You don't need a realtor for that. And, so I know the bank makes the final estimate. So, the thing is that you have the right to use any lender that you want. You have the right to use a realtor or not use a realtor. You're not required to use a realtor, and you can use any lender that you want. So it's whoever you feel the most comfortable with, and who you trust and who you want to work with. So ultimately, in the end, it's up to you. There's nothing really bad per se about having the realtor and the lender that are connected work with you on your case, as long as you trust them and you feel good about it. We have many times with our company where the realtor and the lending are together, and sometimes it makes for a more streamlined process. And so the thing what I would say is that if you think you're getting a good loan, we don't need a realtor. He's 3 houses down. Grandma's home is a wreck. Okay. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. You don't need a realtor to write up the contract. There's no sense to pay for it. You're going to have to get your own independent appraisal. The mortgage company is going to order their own appraisal, and it's going to be based off of an independent licensed third-party appraisal company. So, in the end, the bank's going to go off of that appraisal report. So they're not going to go off of what the realtor's comp. The comp's there just as a barometer. Yeah, the mortgage company is going to have to get the appraisal. So, or you can order an appraisal through a licensed appraiser. You can do your own independent evaluation and order an appraisal from a third party. Yes, you can order your own appraisal for a third party, or the mortgage company is definitely going to order an appraisal, and they're going to go off of that appraisal. They're not going to go off the appraisal that you order. They're going to go off of the appraisal that they order, and you're going to have to follow that report. Okay, if you want to get an appraisal for your own information, you can order one. Just look up on Google and search in Google for, residential licensed appraiser in your county or your city and zip code, and they'll pull up, and then you can shop for an appraisal. Okay? And then it's going to cost about $500, and then you can do an independent evaluation to see how much the home is worth. The mortgage company is going to do this anyway, and you can go off of that appraisal, obviously, or get your own. just to get an idea about what the property's worth. And I would recommend doing that. I just want to take a comp off of a realtor. That's not good enough. You need to have an appraisal. Okay? So good question though. So we talked about closing in the LLC and the benefits, the pros, the cons of what that looks like. Now kind of moving into this first-time buyer program. I don't know if you guys are aware of this out there, but there's first-time buyer programs out there, conventional, with no money down, 100% financing. Now it's not available nationwide, but there's conventional programs that we're going to be offering, which we're doing now, starting to roll out, where somebody can buy a house conventional up to $569,000 with no money down, get 100% financing. Okay? And do a conventional loan and get a low interest rate. Interest rates are starting 30-year fixed at 4.25%. So you get a low rate, no money down, 100% financing. The only thing you have to worry about is your closing costs, and you might be able to get those closing costs rolled into the loan too, depending on the area that you're buying in. So worst case scenario, you just got to pay the closing cost, which is about 2 to 3%. But you get a low rate, no money down, conventional, 100% financing, and it's going to be available in the major states like Texas, Florida. I think, Angelo, it's in Illinois. I got to check and see. I know it's in the major states like California, Colorado, where there's large population. I would think that it would be in Illinois. I'll check that and see. If you send me an email, and then I can check on that, and just that way I can remind me to check on Illinois for the first-time buyer, zero down. It's a great program though, because you don't have to put 20% down. You don't have to put 10% down. So you can get your dream home per se and get zero down, 100% financing. So I really like that program a lot. Very attractive. Now there are requirements for it. There are requirements for this program. You have to have a minimum of a 680 or higher credit score. So the lowest credit score, middle credit score has to be 680 or higher. All right. And no bankruptcy or foreclosures in the last 4 years. You have to be able to document your income. You have to show your income with W-2s and pay stubs, 2 years of W-2s, so 2019 W-2, 2020 W-2, and last 60 days of pay stubs and bank statements, okay? And a maximum debt ratio of 45%, all right? Maximum debt ratio of 45%. So first-time buyer conventional, zero down. There's no income restrictions. You can make as much income as you want. I pre-approved someone today making $200,000 a year for this program. They're buying a house in Fort Lauderdale, $600,000, zero down. Done deal, end of story. Okay? Very easy program. The realtors love it because it's conventional, right? It's not FHA. You love it because it's zero down. So it's just the best of both worlds. Conventional, zero down, hot product, something that we're rolling out exclusively. You have to have a minimum 680 FICO. Minimum 680 FICO. Your salary's fine, Angelo. You could probably qualify for about $275,000, $300,000 home, maybe. So really, really cool program and very attractive. The sellers are going to love it. The realtors are going to love it. Hey, Kevin, good evening. Hope you're doing well. So, and it's a great opportunity. So if you're out there and you know someone that's trying to buy a house and maybe they're struggling because they don't have 30 or 40, 50 grand down, you can do first-time buyer conventional. Now, this is not for self-employed, no-doc loans. This is not for non-QM loans. It's a fully documented loan. You have to have a low debt ratio. As I stated before, maximum debt ratio of 45%. The underwriter really likes to see a 700 plus credit. But if you're at 680, they can. It's definitely entry level to get started and get your foot in the door. Okay, great program. Going to be available in the major states. Again, like Texas, California. What's your input on tax delinquent properties? I know people that have done that, and I'm not an expert in it. So I think that if you know what you're doing, I've seen people buy tax delinquent properties very cheap, but they usually have issues doing stuff like taking equity out, doing a refinance, doing a loan against that property for a few years until the previous owner has their rights to reclaim the property. So a lot of times I've seen where people buy houses, $200,000 home for 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever, something very cheap. And but they have to usually, I think there's like a year or 2 year cooling off period before you can refinance or do any type of loan against it, because they want the original owner of the property to give them time to come back and purchase the house. So I'm not an expert in it. I think if you master it and you're very good at it, then it would be phenomenal. But I'm not a master in it. I mean, it sounds attractive. I just don't know enough about it. No, Angela, that program's not ending. We're just now rolling it out. It's just now getting started for next year. So we're getting ready to roll this baby out. So we're going to be offering this to you guys. So it's getting ready to start. So, and we're very pleased and honored to be able to offer this program to you guys as the first time buyer program. So there's no income restrictions. You have to make a minimum $50,000 a year, but there's no maximum income. Haven't owned a house in the last 3 years. 680 plus credit score, clean credit, no collections, no charge-offs, fully documented loan with W-2s or taxes, pay stubs, maximum debt ratio of 45%. And for single family homes only, not for multifamily. And you have to occupy the property. This is for your primary residence, not for investors, not for multifamily. You have to live in the house. So if that's you, then you have a chance to buy your home with no money down, 100% financing, okay? So that's the first time buyer program, okay? So, and then we talked about closing in the LLC. The next thing that I want to talk about is the first lien HELOC. This is one of my favorite loan programs that I talk about all the time. And I love this product because a lot of people aren't aware, and I don't know if you guys knew this, you can actually turn your house into a credit card, a line of credit. So wouldn't that be cool if you could turn your home into a line of credit? A lot of people don't know you can turn your house into a line of credit, like your credit card, like your Visa, like your MasterCard, like your American Express. You could turn your house into that, and you can get rid of your mortgage. Wouldn't it be great if you could turn your house into a line of credit? So that's the power of a first lien HELOC. Home equity line of credit, that's right. So it's called the all-in-one. And we're one of the premier lenders specializing in the all-in-one. It's a home equity line of credit. So it's really, really cool. I do this for my clients. And I'm a big fan of it. You can replace your mortgage, get rid of your mortgage, and turn your house into a line of credit. So the way it works is, let's say you have a house that's worth, I'll give you an example. This is a typical client of mine. House is worth $500,000 and he owes $100,000. You owe $100,000 on the home. So your house is worth $500,000, but you owe $100,000. All right. So you can get a line of credit on this house for up to $400,000. So the way it works is we'll pay off the loan that you have for $100,000. That mortgage is gone. You have a line of credit with us for $400,000. Now, you're not paying on interest of $400,000 because you've only pulled out $100,000. So you have available credit in this example of $300,000. And this $300,000, you can use it at your disposal whenever you want, whether you want to take out 10 grand or 100 grand or all of it, 300 grand. And you can use it at any time. And you can pay it back at any time. And you only pay interest on the money that you draw and pull out of it. Okay, so let's say that in this example, you have up to a $400,000 credit line and you want to buy another investment property for 200 grand. And you call me up and say, hey, Angelo, wire me 200,000. I want to go buy another property. Okay, so you can do that. And we'll wire you the money right there. It'll take a couple days to wire it to you. And as soon as we wire that to you, you're going to start paying interest on the money that you've drawn. You're going to pay interest only. There's no PMI. There's no prepayment penalty. Interest rates are starting like at 3.75% interest only. And as soon as you draw the money, you start paying interest. And then once you pay the loan back, then you only owe what you've paid, whatever you've drawn. So the thing that's so cool about this program is you can pull money from like a credit card and pay it down like a credit card. and only pay interest as you draw from it. So like a mortgage, you're tied into it, you're locked into it. You try to pull money out, you can't. You got to do a refinance. It's costly. It's just cumbersome. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So you can do a HELOC instead. So think about that. If you have a home, this is for your primary residence. You have to have at least a 680 credit score, no bankruptcy or foreclosure in the last 7 years. Has to be single family home. Then, and fully documented. So it's with W-2s or tax returns. It's not a no-doc loan. And you can go up to $1.5 million property. And you can turn your house into a line of credit. So it's a very, very attractive program. I'm a huge fan, a big advocate of the line of credit, because I think that it's very powerful if you can turn your home into an investment vehicle and have your money work for you, versus that, you just have a mortgage and you just pay on that for the rest of your life and it doesn't give you any return. Like if you have a mortgage on your house and you're just paying every single month, and you're just locked. Michelle, if I own a home with no mortgage, do I need any qualification or income verification? It depends. It depends, Michael. I'm sorry, I read your name, Michael. We have loan programs with income debt verification, and there's programs with no income verification. So it just depends, obviously about your situation and what you're trying to do. Whether you're trying to do no doc or a bank loan or a private loan. Once I know more about what you're trying to do, then I can advise you for sure. There's programs for all different types of situations. So it really just depends on your situation, what you're trying to get done with, what you can do. Okay. Oh, to do the HELOC, yeah, you'd have to show income verification to do the HELOC. Now, if you just wanted to pull out money like a refinance, you wouldn't. There are programs where you wouldn't need income verification, but we just need to see if that's something that would be necessary for you or not. You may not need to do that. So it just depends. Just give us a call. You can call or text us at the 832-431-6331, and then we can go over that with you in more detail to see what program is going to be best for you. That's the biggest thing with our company. What's so cool is that we have programs for all different types of situations: commercial loans, hard money loans, no doc loans, bank statement loans. Yeah, you're paying $14 a month, and you're paying your landlord's mortgage. Now, obviously, we've all been there and done that, but the thing is to wake up and come up with a plan, a structure to get you into your home. Okay, that's the strategy of what we're trying to do. Is come up with a realistic plan to help you to quit paying rent, own your home, build equity, build wealth. A lot of my clients, they come back to us and they buy several rental properties. They start with their primary residence, and then they'll buy many homes after that for the rest of their life. They'll buy investment properties, apartment complexes, multifamily. So think of it as, the game of Monopoly. Monopoly is all about real estate, domination, building wealth. A lot of my wealthiest clients, that's how they've built their wealth, is just accumulation of real estate assets over decades. And they make a lot of money and they do very good. And you want to create multiple flows of income. That's how the game's played. You want to create multiple flows of income, right? Yes, Mr. Griffin, it is possible to do that, but in order to roll closing costs in, and we've talked about this a lot on our shows and our podcast a lot, you can roll closing costs in, but us as the lender, we're okay with that. We're okay with putting your closing costs into the loan. Now, there's other forces and parties that are involved that have to agree to that and accept that, namely your realtor and the seller. Let's say you're buying a house for $300,000 and the closing costs are 10 grand, and you say, hey, I want to roll the closing costs into the loan. Hey, that's not a problem. But the seller has to agree and the realtor has to agree. Why? Because you're taking the sales price of the home from $300,000 to $310,000, and you're putting on the contract that you're allowing $10,000 for closing costs. Even though you're paying for it, it's your loan, the seller has to sign off on that. And the thing that the seller's not paying the closing costs, neither is the realtor. So it's just a matter of telling them and convincing them and tell them, look, that's how I want to do it. Okay? It's really, in my opinion, none of their business and none of their concern if you want to roll your closing costs into the loan. All right? But if you want to get it done, that's how you need to tell them, look, I'm going to put these closing costs into my loan. I'm paying for it. That's what I want to do. Now, that has to be done at the time the contract is signed, and that definitely has to be done before the appraisal is done. Once the appraisal is done, you can't change it. Once the appraisal is done, you're locked in. So it can only be done before the appraisal and the time the contract's signed. And then you can tell the realtor to do an amendment to roll the closing cost in, but that'd have to be done before the appraisal is ordered. If the appraisal is already ordered, you can't do it because you can't change the value or the contract after the appraisal has been ordered. So I hope that helps answer your question. And I talk about that a lot because a lot of people aren't aware that you can roll closing costs into the loan, but it's a process. All right, but it can be done. That's a great question, Mr. Griffin. So very good question. A lot of people are not aware of that, and I've talked about that for years on my show. And we do that. Now I will say that in the current market, closing cost has somewhat gone away because the market is so hot. 2021, in my memory, has been the hottest year for real estate that I can recall. Now, so sellers weren't paying closing costs, and they weren't even entertaining rolling closing costs in because why would they have to? If you had 20 offers on a property and some of them are cash, are you going to fiddle with that? You don't want to fiddle with that because you just want to get in and get out. You're welcome, sir. Thank you. So, I think that right now it could be a little bit better time to get closing costs because it's the holidays and things are slowed down a little bit. Things don't start to pick up until like March to August, September, October, it's booming. So from November to February, it's kind of a little bit slower time. So the thinking is that you probably could get closing cost assistance, maybe around that time you're trying to buy a house. The thing is that there's usually not a lot of homes for sale, or I should say as many homes for sale as there is from, the spring and summer. So it goes hand in hand. So, but those are very good, valid questions, and I appreciate those questions. So, and I've done a lot of videos on closing costs, and you can see those videos where I break it down talking about that. The other thing I want to talk about is construction loans, because I know this is a big topic. A lot of people ask about construction loans. I can't tell you how much will the monthly payment be on to about $2,000 a month. Hi, Christian. Hi, CM. The payment on $300,000 probably about $2,000 to $2,200 a month, somewhere around there, plus or minus. That's everything included: property taxes, insurance. Basically, look at it like this. This is a good rule of thumb. Every $100,000, and again, take this lightly. Don't take it literal to the grave. Every $100,000 is going to be about $700 a month in mortgage payment, PITI. So every $100,000 of loan, is about $700 PITI. So a $300,000 loan would be about $2,100 a month. Now, could it be $1,900? Could it be $2,200? Yeah, but it'll be around $2,100. Okay, somewhere around there, plus or minus. Now, not to the T, but it could be somewhere around there, plus or minus, depending on the interest rate, the product, all that stuff. I'm talking about with HOA, property taxes, insurance, everything out the door. Okay, so I would expect that it's not going to be $1,000. It's going to be closer to $2,000 a month on a $300,000 home. Okay. And that's a good question too. That's a great question. I'm glad that you asked that because a lot of people don't ask those kind of questions. Okay, going into construction loans. So that's the one thing I was talking about earlier. Yeah, you're welcome, Angeli. So construction loans is one of the products that we get some of the most calls about every single day, every day. So probably, I kid you not, 100 phone calls a day all over the country, from Georgia to California to Hawaii to Florida to New York to Connecticut. Hey man, I want to buy a piece of land. I want to build my house. The lenders are telling me, no, I can't get it done. Can you help me? Can you show me the way how to get the loan approved? I want to be able to buy the lot. I want to put this beautiful floor plan on there, and I want to live in my house. Today I was talking to a client right before I came here. He wants to buy a duplex in Atlanta and build a $700,000 duplex, live in one of them, lease out the other one. He wants to buy the land and build that house. So sure, we could do that for you. No problem. Absolutely. So we're one of the only lenders that will do a one-time close construction where you can buy the land, build a house, and pick out your builder and build your dream home. And you can do it with as little as 5% down. So it starts with 5% down, and then you can go up to a $3 million construction loan. So you can buy your land, build your dream home. And so you don't have to buy the builder's inventory. You don't have to buy an existing home. You can build your home, okay? So, and it's a really, really cool program because never before have people been able to buy their land and build their house without going to a local bank and putting 20 or 30% down. We have programs with as 5% down. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to get 5% down. I'm saying that's where they start. It could be 10% down or 20% down that you qualify for. Interest rates are really good. 30-year fixed starting as low as 4.25% on the one-time close construction. But it'll give you the money to purchase the land, do the construction loan, and do the permanent loan all wrapped into one. And normally when you're building a house, you would have to do 3 different loans. You can just buy land. So that's what I'm saying. We do land loans too if you just want to do a land loan. But what I'm talking about is a one-time close construction where you can buy the land, build your house on the land, and do it all with as little as 5% down. All right? So you don't need 30% down. You don't need 40% down. You don't have to pay cash for the land. We can wrap the land into the purchase. All right? So it's a really, really cool program, and I'm honored, to be able to offer that to people. Now we don't offer that nationwide. We offer that in key selected states like North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Texas, California, Colorado. I can send you a list of the states if you're interested. Our minimum construction loan is $200,000, and then we'll go all the way up to $3 million on the construction loans. But great program. Down payments start at 5%. They can go as high as 30%. Great rates. Hey, Pink Lady, good evening. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching the show and the channel. So, and it's an awesome program because, you think you can pick your floor plan. Maybe you have a really exciting floor. Maybe you want to add a swimming pool to the backyard. You want to add an outdoor kitchen, nice landscaping. Maybe you want to design your home, so, you can do that. You can get work with an architect and an engineer. You can design your blueprints, and you can build a beautiful home. Maybe you want to buy a house and you want to put, an outdoor building on the back, So it's up to you. You have those options. You have that opportunity with a construction loan. A lot of people, and that's one of the things that we're seeing right now is people are like, look, I don't want to buy a builder's inventory. I don't want to buy this little box home. I want to buy a house on an acre. I want to buy a house on 5 acres and build a beautiful house. Well, you can pick your land, pick your builder, pick your floor plan, and build your home. So it's an exciting product, and so I'm happy to offer because I see that. Yes, that's true. I'm glad you brought that up, CM. So, and I've done a lot of videos on that too. So I've done several videos on using the builder's lender and incentive. So the thing that, and the way that I phrase that is, there is no free lunch. So home improvement, buying a home, that's a big fixture. How mortgage companies look at those for lending. So home improvement loans, we anticipate will come back again next year in 2022. So an alternative to that is if you're buying a house right now, you can do a home improvement loan in addition to your primary mortgage. So let's say you buy a house, for example, for $300,000, and then you've closed on the home, and now you want to add $50,000 for renovations for the house, and then you want to add $50,000 for a pool. So now you need $100,000 for renovations and a pool. Now, your first loan, the mortgage, you couldn't do that. So you can do a home improvement loan, which is a second loan for those items. And we have lenders that do those programs, okay? And they're unsecured, and it's a great product. You know, like you could do that. You could add a pool, you could add an outdoor kitchen, you could add, you know, whatever you want to do. I mean, it's an unsecured loan. So that's what I'd recommend. Or you could wait till next year once more and more of these rehab loans come out again. And then you could do a loan next year with a rehab and tie the rehab into a conventional or FHA loan. So it just depends on, you know, obviously what you're trying to do, what your preference is. You know, I mean, the scope of the work of the project. Some projects are really big, some are smaller. So I think it just depends on what you're trying to do. And then, you know, make sure it fits within those loan programs. So going back to the builders' incentives, yes, builders do offer incentives, but don't think that that's free. If you're getting a builder's incentive, there is a cost to it, and you just got to be comfortable with that cost. In other words, let's say that you go to buy a house from a builder for $300,000, and they say, look, if you go with our lender, we're going to pay your closing cost of $5,000. Now, the thing that you have to be mindful of that, don't think for 1 second that you're getting anything for free. Nothing is free in life. That's not how things work. And the moment you buy into that, I think that you've gotten suckered in. Now, I'm not saying it's okay. It's bad to be suckered in or buy into it. It depends on who you are, what your values are, what you care about. So, in other words, what am I saying? Well, for you to get those closing cost incentives, you're paying for it in the interest rate. I promise you. So let's say that they say, well, look, we're going to give you $5,000 in closing costs. Well, and the interest rate's at 3.5%, but you know, that's fine. And you might be okay with that. There's a lot of people that are okay with that. I have several clients, they'll do a 0 down loan with a 4.5% interest rate. Some people are not okay with that though. Some people would rather have a 2.8 rate. So if you'd rather have a 2.8 rate and that matters to you more, then doing the incentive plan is not going to help you out. So it depends on where you are and what you care about. Some people, I had a client one time, and she was putting her daughter through college, and she needed a 0 down loan. And I offered her 2 loan programs. Look, you could do 0 down, interest rate's 5%, or if you put 5% down, the interest rate's 4%. And you know, most people, I'll tell you, most people in that situation would put the down payment to get the lower rate. Not everybody though. So for her, she said, look, Angelo, I gotta pay for my daughter's college right now. I'll refinance later. I'll just give me the loan. I just care about buying the house right now. So she bought the house 0 down. She did. She refinanced 2 years later. Yeah. So Veronica, yeah, in your situation, you have the right to use an outside lender. Now, it just depends on your situation. You know, because see, the thing is that whoever you work with, like I can give you closing cost incentives to answer your question, but you're gonna have to take a higher rate. And at least I'm gonna tell you the truth. They're not giving you free closing costs or a free refrigerator or a free TV. You're paying for it somewhere, either in the cost of the house or the loan. Okay, that's the truth. I can give you closing cost assistance, but you have to take a higher rate. As long as you're okay with that, then I'm okay with it. But let's not pretend that you're getting something for free when we know that you're not. Okay, because that doesn't make any sense to pretend that. All right, now they bundle and package it like a nice pretty package for you and say, here it is. But the reality is this, and again, I'm not knocking, I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all because I think it's business, and you know, and a lot of people do need that. Yeah, so the interest rate is going to be higher, and just expect that and know that. So, and again, some people are okay with that. So listen, my job, what we do, we offer all the products. And that's why we do what we do, because we have people that have different beliefs and values, and some people need that assistance. And some people are like, no, I want the low rate. I want the low payment. So my job is just to be able to offer the products to you, at least where I'm sitting, because I don't want to cast my opinions onto you guys, because everyone has a different life. You know, like my client, she needed to put her daughter through college. She needed that 0 down. I have several other clients like, no way, absolutely not. I'm not taking the higher rate. I want the low rate. I don't care about your closing cost gimmicks. So that's my opinion on it. Okay. And I, you know, I've owned construction companies. I've owned home building companies. And I've owned a mortgage company for almost 20 years. So I know a little bit about it. And again, I'm not against it. I just think that it just depends on kind of where you're at in your life. So this has been a great show, and I appreciate it, guys, all the feedback. I want to wish all of you a great, happy Thanksgiving. I think next Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we're probably not going to be doing Talk with Angelo on Thursday on Thanksgiving. I don't think you're going to want to hear me talk Thursday at 7 o'clock at night next Thursday. You know, you might be sitting up in your lazy boy with an eggnog and a turkey. So you know, like I said at the beginning of the show, we're here in Texas. In Texas, we fry our turkeys. You know, we smoke our turkeys. Everywhere else in the country, you guys do it differently. I'm wishing that. Yeah, it's true. But hey, that's not. Hey, listen. It's not a bad thing either. And I'm not trying. Don't think I was trying to say it's a bad thing, because I think that it's business. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you, Stepa. I think it's business. It's packaging. It's bundling. Everybody, look. Amazon does it. I heard that's a year refinance on mortgage debt. No, you could do a refinance in 6 months. Oh, if you want to go off of the value, you have to wait 1 year. If you want to go off the value, you have to wait 1 year, yes. If you just want to refinance, it's 6 months. But if you want to go off the value, you got to wait a year. That's correct. Yeah, fried turkey is the best. You got fried turkey. You can do stuffing. You can do cornbread stuffing, jambalaya, dirty rice inside your turkey. Get ready. Next Thursday, it's coming. You got sweet potatoes, pecan pie, pumpkin pie. That's my favorite. I used to be a chef a long time ago, so I love food. So be ready for next Thursday. You got to eat a lot the next Thursday and Friday. So I'm not going to be doing Talk with Angelo. I'm going to be relaxing, okay, at the beach house, the lake house, you know, sipping and eating. So I hope that you guys are too. Don't look for me next Thursday though, because I'm not going to be here. So I hope that you guys got to be with your family next Thursday on Thanksgiving. So, all right. So let's finish this up. Remember, guys, that we need your help and support. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We love you guys. Yes, I want you all to have a good time with your family. So we need your help and support with the Google reviews. If you guys give us a good Google review, we'll hook you up with an Amazon gift card. So text me at 832-431-6331. We'll get you that Amazon gift card, hook you up. So let's go into it. So remember, every Thursday we give away the free Amazon gift card to our lucky winner. The question is for tonight, for the Amazon gift card. Hey, brother, appreciate you, man. All the best. God bless you guys. Thank you. So for the first-time buyer conventional loan, what credit score do you have to have? So whoever answers that first correctly gets the Amazon gift card. For the first-time buyer conventional 0 down loan, what credit score do you have to have? CM, you got it. CM, you won. Awesome, girl. Proud of you. Text me your email to 832-431-6331. Whoever wants an Amazon gift card, they give us a good Google review. Angela, you got it too. Angela, I got to get a Google review from you, bro. Text me your email, and we'll get you that Amazon gift card. If you text me your email, we'll send you an Amazon gift card tomorrow. All of you guys text me your email. Text me your email to 832-431-6331. And we'll send you out an Amazon gift card tomorrow. If we get a Google review from you, you'll get an Amazon gift card from us. That's our payback to you for Thanksgiving. It'll give you money to buy food for Thanksgiving for your family. So if you want Amazon gift card by tomorrow for Thanksgiving, text me your email, give me a good Google review. We'll hook you guys up. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to text me, 832-431. It's Angelo Christian Mortgage on Google. Once I get that review, we'll send you a gift card right away. Thank you guys so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Take care and peace out. All the best. Bye-bye.